Okay. Maybe that'll be better, I hope. I just tried to go live a minute ago and the sound was off. So I thought I'd just get back on and try again. I have a baby shark in my head. Baby shark, doo 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 doo, baby shark. Baby shark, doo 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 doo, baby shark. Tay! Hi! How are you? What's been going on with you? Anything new in your world? Hey, Misty. Glad you're back. It's better. Good. Okay. Hello again. So I don't know. I have no idea why I'm getting on. Hey, Ed. We can talk about whatever you guys want. Just chit chat, I guess. Because I asked God, is there something you want me to talk about in particular? He's like, no, just get on live. I'm like, just get on live. He's like, yeah, now. I was like, now? Okay. So, what's going on with everybody? You guys excited? Stuff's finally going to be starting to happen. Yay. Aw, thank you, Tay. So, do you guys have any questions for me? Or do you have a subject you want to talk about? Or I know, Christmas. All the holidays, loneliness. Oh, loneliness. Well, when it comes to that, let's see, planning to put on some decorations. Bella will love it. Oh, put up some decorations. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Bella will be all over it. That's one of the fun things about the seasons is what the animals do with everything you put up and get them. I was just visiting with a neighbor, and her cat likes to grab your arm and just kind of like flick your arm and bite. And I thought, I'll be right back. And I went and got a kicker. I don't know if you guys know what a kicker is, but it's just like a long padded cloth. So they make them in all kinds of different. I mean, they make them out of rope and all kinds of things. And I went and grabbed one of their kickers and brought it over to her cat, and her cat was just thrilled. It was full of catnip and everything, so she just really went to town, and she's like, that thing is amazing. I said, I know. You can't live without kickers if you got a cat. Like, they love that. Those YouTube channels you recommended really resonated, right? Yeah. So people that have been picked on, I guess you could say, or bullied or gang stalked or whatever you call it, most likely you've got a really high calling. And one of the reasons that we're put through that is to show us what we're made of, to show us who we are. A lot of you who've had that happen are actually some of the chosen ones. And it's part of your training. It's part of your activation. It's part of your education. It's part of just kind of you're initiated into it. You're initiated into it to test you, to see how much you'll take, to see if you waver in your faith, if you continue to believe. So yeah, all of a sudden you'll see all these channels pop up all over the place. Chosen ones. You're being put through this because blah blah blah. And I was having that happen through this whole time. I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck am I being put through here? But God would show me through all these videos what was happening, what was going on, and it would describe everything I'm going through. And I was like, holy cow, this is incredible. So yeah, if those resonate for you, so here are some of the if you want to kind of keep up with whether you are a chosen one or you want to watch what's going on with me, the channels that I'm watching on a regular basis, aside from the ones that pop up all the time and give me messages and stuff, the ones that I watch consistently that are really right on for my journey And if they're right on for you too, then it would be that you're going through this too. Chosen 144 Tarot on Instagram or YouTube. Chosen 144, he's an Australian guy. So cool. I really like that guy. He's pretty right on most of the time. 144 from the stars. I really like that guy. And his messages are pretty accurate. And then Lumen Moon Tarot. Those three are the main ones that whenever I watch them, my jaw drops to the floor. I'm like, oh my God, I just went through that. Or that's happening right now or whatever. I'm like, how do they know this? You would think I'm calling them up and reporting. And then they'll tell me the effects of what just happened. Like the video that I made yesterday, all of a sudden all these videos came out and said, wow, this, you're the effects of what you just did. I'm like, what? So it's pretty interesting. Boy, these days ahead are just going to be trippy to see, like what everybody's going to do. What was such the big deal that they had to come after me like that? Like what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm like, God, could you tell me? He's like, nope. I got lots of surprises for you, but I'm not telling you nothing. Cause if I did, you'd probably like overthink it, and I don't want to overthink it anyway. So he said, just trust me. I'm giving you all the tools and things that you'll need. So that's what all this is about. We're just building you up, and then we're going to let you go. And then you're going to just do it naturally. And you'll have all the, a lot of confidence behind you, and you'll know why you're here, why you're doing what you're doing, what you're about, like the thing with how I talked about being like a karmic bomb or whatever. It explains so much. I mean, that's not the only thing I do, but it makes so much sense now because I really have felt that way. Now that I know that's what I do, then I do it purposefully, Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, people either love me or they hate me. It's kind of that kind of reaction. People really react to me. And I've always wondered, like, what the heck, And I don't know. I've just been shown things like that. Like, well, you are my angel, and you're walking through life, and everything and everybody that you interact with, I am testing them through you. I am trying to see if they are growing, if they're learning, and if they're evolving, and if they're becoming kind people, if they weren't before. I'm testing them out by having you cross their path. And I'm like, oh. And then once I like knew that, and I started walking about in my world and started having interactions with people, I was like, this is so interesting. And it really rang true. And I was like, this is totally true. And I'm sure many of you are being used in that way too. And then God deals with them accordingly. They get rewarded if they treat me really nice, especially if they have to make accommodations, or if they have to be like, oh, well, in this case, I guess, then things usually really roll out for them in a really positive way. Things start really like, hey, thank you for treating my child so well. And then if they don't, then I see like things kind of start tumbling down for them in a way. But especially for people who like deliberately attack me, those guys, I definitely would not want to be those guys. So he saves it for just the right moment too. He does. Also, I guess from yesterday, one of the things I said was that I never lie. And I was like, wait a minute though, I've lied. I don't lie very often. It's extremely rare. I mean, literally I can't even think of 5 times I've ever lied. I know that's weird. I know most people lie all the time, but I've just always had it in me, like, to not lie. But if I do lie, it's important. Like it's a good thing that I'm lying. Like it's going to end up, and I think I just wrote, I know that I just wrote a post on it yesterday. So if you guys are curious, I actually wrote a little thing on when to know that it's okay to lie. Because everybody is just like, well, what if it's for a surprise party? Or what if it's for, the fact that you're even wondering if it's okay to lie is a really good sign that you're a really good person. Because most people just, they just lie. And they don't even think about it. They don't even care. It's just like, well, I didn't want them to know that, so I'm just going to lie, But Yeah, so it's a really good sign. I'm getting a download because I'm just itching and itching my nose. But we can't be as so legalistic like we were, and that's one way the Nefarians were also, um, putting a lot of that what do you dogma on us, trying to make us these perfect people. And if we fall off of the pedestal, if we fall off of that line, then we're sinners and we're bad people and stuff. And of course, that's perfect breeding ground for demons to come in and haunt us and do all the stuff they want to with us, and then they feed off of our loosh from that and stuff. So don't feel guilty about anything, and don't feel like another way to put it too is from Matt Kahn's video, Respecting the Shadow. He's talking about, like, if you give yourself permission to do whatever the bad thing is, you won't do it. But if you think you shouldn't, you'll do it even more. So there is really something to that. So if you say, in any particular situation, if I feel like I need to lie because it's important that I do and it's for a good reason, then I'll give myself permission to lie. I'll still love myself. It'll be okay. I'll love myself. God will love me. It'll still be all right. If you can do that, then you probably won't. Then you probably won't do it. You won't need to do it, or something will work out to where, whatever, or you will lie and you'll love yourself, and you'll be like, it's all right. It'll work out. So, I just think it always comes down to loving yourself, because when you truly love yourself, then you love others like unconditionally, pretty darn easy. To the degree you love yourself and you give yourself slack is the degree that you'll love other people. That's why it's something you really can't fake. You know what I mean? Because you'll end up losing your shit with some people, and you'll be like, well, why though? Well, probably because you don't love that about yourself. But if we're constantly reflecting, then then we just keep learning to love ourselves more, and we stumble and fall, and then we get back up and say, wait a minute, I'm going to cut myself some slack. So let me look at some of your comments here. The loneliness thing, I do want to go back to that, just because obviously everything is what you make it, and the only suffering that comes is what comes through our mind, what we tell ourselves. So if we're not thinking, then we won't be suffering. So try to stay in the moment. I mean, know that we always need to try to stay in the moment, but the staying in the moment is more than just, because I say to practice having that God source energy coursing through your veins and feeling the aliveness in your body, and just take a moment to just feel it radiating off of you right now, and just feeling that peace in your body. It just feels so good. It's also known as Chi, but that's God. That's the kingdom of God within us, So cultivate that feeling even when you're walking around doing your chores or whatever you're doing. Like, always keep that. I call it keeping connected to God, like hold hands with God by having that feeling. But there's also a skill that you develop when you do that. You drop the past and you drop the future. Now, that's an important factor to remember, because you could be coursing that energy through your body all the time, but if you're not staying present, if you're still worrying about the past or the future, then you're going to miss the mark, and missing the mark is sinning, bringing it all full circle. But you really do have to kind of lose interest. I know it's hard. I mean, with as much as I've been moving around and doing stuff and not knowing where I'm going or what I'm doing, or whether it's even going to be safe to go there, or if I'm going to go through the same shit all over again, or you start to want to control it. You want to have the place lined up before you go. You want to, and then when it falls through, you're just like, what in the world? Like, but that seemed so perfect that this was lined up, and now what and God tries to get you to a point where you just live in that surrender. You just live in the surrender and say, hey, it works out just exactly as it's supposed to work out. That's it. You give up in a way, and you just say, God, just take me through it, because God knows everything so much better than we do. I mean, it's almost laughable to think that we even try to control anything, because he knows everybody's hearts. He knows everybody's experiences. He knows what they're thinking. So whatever God tells you, go by that, and he may tell you to go, I had this guy, I was thinking about selling my car, or trading it in or something, and I was like, I really want my car to go to somebody who will love her, because I loved my car so much. Like, we were friends. And I was like, I really want her to go to somebody who will admire and love her. And I was trying to figure out, like, how do I do that? And then I was in a drive getting a Cinnabon. You're not going to believe this. And the guy, I said something about, oh, these are just the best. I haven't had them in years. And he's like, yeah, well, you've got a legacy. He says, you've got a legacy. Like, you've got it pretty good. Like, you don't need that Cinnabon kind of thing. And then I was like, oh, you like her? And he's like, yeah, you don't see those very often. She's beautiful. And he says, and she's so clean. And, he starts like admiring her. And then I was like, well, I might be selling her. And he was just like, are you kidding me? I was thinking to get one like beginning of next year or whatever. I was like, well, I'm kind of maybe looking to do it now, because God was telling me to do it. So I was like, well, the timing is kind of off. So, well, maybe it'll work out. And he and I kept texting each other for a little bit. Then he ended up not taking her out. I was like, well, what was the point of all that? It seemed like totally destined, right? You would think that, well, it's a no-brainer. The guy's going to take her. And then I ended up having to trade her in, and who knows where she went or whatever. But, obviously I did a bunch of blissings on her and stuff. And it was so sweet, because I was watching something, I think live or something, like where you could see the replay of the chat over on the side. And I was kind of missing her and thinking about her and hoping that she's doing good or whatever. And then I seriously, like, it makes me tear up right now. Like, I saw somebody's name was Pearl. I think her name was Pearl, which was the name of my car. It said Pearl. And then I saw the words, I love you. Like, the comment was, I love you, with a heart. And I just started crying. I was like, oh my God, my car just commented that she loves me too. I was like, oh my God. Your life is just so magical like that, when you're like always talking to God or your guides or whatever. Like, I don't know what people do when they don't live like this. I don't know. I'd be bored out of my mind if I wasn't constantly talking to God or spirits or something, Did you guys see that recording that I told you about, the guy with the voice who said, what did he say? Amy, go away. Go away. God, you're ruining everything. Okay. Good to see me. Thank you. Planning to put up some decorations. Okay, we did that. What's the general energy for Thanksgiving? I have my parents coming. What's the general energy? Well, I just got the word glee. So I think we already have Nesara Jasara going on in the background. I think that it's just not made known yet. So I'm kind of excited. There's so many incredible things coming. For those of you who don't know about Nesara or Jasara, it's the Jasara is the global and the Nesara is the national. But it is basically the global economic, economic socio something act. Whoever knows what that stands for, you can put it in the comments. You could also go to Gesara, GESARA-show.com. And they have a whole list of all the benefits coming from Gesara. All the prices of everything are going to drop considerably. Cars are going to be like 50% off, houses 50% off, maybe even more. Credit cards wiped out, because credit cards are a scam anyway. We all know that, most of us. If you guys have any questions about anything that I mentioned right now, don't feel stupid asking the question. Like, if you don't know about something, just ask me, because if you ask that question because you don't know, it's going to answer something for somebody else that they were shy about asking. So be the brave one and say, like, what do you mean credit cards are a scam? Ask that question and I'll tell you. I'll be happy to tell you, because it's quite a thing. It's quite a racket. Basically anything that all right, I'll go into it. we have a trust fund in our name. The minute you got your social security card and that you were born and you were given a birth certificate, your parents gave you a way to be owned by the state. And they set up a trust for you. And instead of you being able to take advantage of it, it's called a SESQB trust. Instead of you being able to take advantage of it, the Nefarians kept it for themselves, and they basically traded you on the stock market and all kinds of things, trying to make money off of you through the years. And every time that you put your social security number on something and sign something, you've given them permission to take that money out of the trust. So they already get paid for everything. Like if you go rent a place, they already take that money out of, the higher ups, the people down below or the people that are talking to you, they don't know what's going on. But the ones that are taking all the money, a lot of them are using it for sex trafficking and stuff like that, like very nefarious things. But they basically everything is funneling into sex trafficking. All the stuff that they're doing like this, and that's why it's all being eliminated with Nesara. But the economic, socio, and reformation. I don't know. It started to come to me. Anyway, so even if you get a house, it's a $250,000 house, and you sign and you get a mortgage. What does it stand for? Death pledge, I think. Mortgage means death pledge. They tricked us in lots of different ways, but here you are. You've already paid it off because you put your social security number and your signature on it. So your house is already paid for. It was paid for by your trust. Then they tell you have to pay a mortgage too, which is just not true because they already got paid. So you're paying a mortgage, and then they threaten to kick you out if you don't pay them everything on time. What a racket. It's called double dipping. And they do it with credit cards. They do it with everything, even dining out. Everywhere you go, everything that you sign and put your social security number on, they've already gotten the money for it. You shouldn't have to pay it twice. So that's all changing. Yep. They're forgiving the debt. They call it forgiving the debt, but it's not really a debt. It's forgiving the double dipping. That's what they should call it. Giving you your money, your hard-earned money back. Thank you, Michelle. She says, welcome back. Okay, so Tarot by Isabella is right on. She does crystal balls. She's from Sweden. Oh, cool. Tarot by Isabella. I haven't looked at. I'm not talking about just general readings necessarily. But I'm talking about people who resonate with like the chosen ones and stuff. When I'm making these referrals, just because I know a lot of people are starting to realize who or what they really are in these times. For a while there, I was just kind of dangling, like, okay, he told me I was a prophet, but what does that mean? Like, what? I'm not predicting things. I'm not. I am in personal readings and stuff, but like, I wasn't feeling called to do things that I've heard other prophets do and stuff. So I was just like, well, I guess I'm just going to wait and find out. And then sure enough, I go through all this stuff and, find out all the rest of it and why I've been going through what I've been going through, what I'm here to do, that one aspect I was talking about earlier too. And it's just like, oh, okay, so that's why this is okay. So it's going to be so cool though to see, like in the days ahead, when the humanitarians go start restoring everything and building us back up again. It's just awesome. Okay, so I would say these holidays are going to be pretty darn special, guys. You're doing a Trump trade. That's so funny. Oh, do you still do divine mask? Yes, I'm still very much into true love. I love love. I do true love check-ins all the time for people still. Let people know what the person is thinking. Let's do a general true love spread. Now, my situation, I believe, was a true love situation turned rogue, really, honestly, because I've heard all kinds of things. He never really loved you and stuff, and I'm like, that doesn't really feel right for me. I think he did. It doesn't matter if he did or didn't anyway, because I blew up in my face anyway. But These masculines, they've really got issues with people pleasing, and it's really tough for them to get over. And it's trauma. It's traumatized. What they've gone through in childhood to be the way that they are and to be so scared what people think and stuff. It's I don't know. I don't want to excuse it because there are masculines who heal from it. There are those who, like us, who pursue getting over things that have happened in their past. These masculines are just a little bit like, I don't know, especially like if they're if they're in an atmosphere and they grew up in such a way that it really wasn't very conducive to that. Like they would have had to up and leave everything and go somewhere totally foreign on the idea that maybe happiness is around another group of people or something. I don't know. We can't like necessarily judge their path that they kept in the shitty group that they were in and surrounded themselves with shitty people all the time, and that's all they knew. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm really trying not to judge any of them for whatever they went through and whatever they've been choosing and stuff. And I just hope that they, through me, hopefully, and through whatever else, like I consider myself to be a walking miracle at this point. And I hope eventually they'll get the point that, that God does exist. God is very real. And we can have a very personal relationship with him. And he's got our backs, way, way more so than going to the other side. When you go to the other side, like when you like start taking shortcuts in life and start doing bad things to people and start seeking revenge or start like just being nasty and passive aggressive and not trying to see the other person's point of view and do the healing and all that kind of stuff, it just leads to more and more pain and suffering until you eventually land flat on your face, suffering so much. I mean, there's nothing but betrayal, hurt, and pain at the end of that road. I mean, there may be little blips of, oh, I got them to fall, stumble, or something, but it's not that gratifying. You may get a chuckle or a laugh here and there, but it only satisfies your ego. It doesn't satisfy your soul. It doesn't make you feel good as a person. It doesn't give you that feeling of satisfaction. It's like on the dark side, it's just insatiable and nobody's got your back. You always have to look at each other and question each other. And there's no loyalty in it at all. Somebody could switch on you any second. But when you choose to do the right thing as much as possible all the time, then you start to like build up build up honor, build up credit, build up respect. And then it gets stronger and stronger. Your protection gets stronger and stronger. You get more and more abilities. You get more and more everything. So, I mean, you only get better and happier and more satisfied, even though you go through a time of testing and stuff like I did. It was that was the boot camp I needed to go through, but it was also showing all the bad guys, like, who protected me? I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl, just by myself, And like, why did 900 people come after me and nobody succeeded? God, hello. That's the only way I made it through that situation, guys. That's the only way. I'm protected. I'm very protected. And so are my babies. So, and anybody like as a chosen one, Katroya J, of course. She's another really good one to watch. Oh my gosh, she makes me laugh. See, okay, so you spell her name Ktroya. And then the initial J, Katroya J. Oh my gosh, you're going to laugh your butt off. She swears a lot, but I love that because she's herself, But yeah, she's awesome to watch too. And she likes to razz them like I do too, So yes, I do still do the true love spreads. I was going to do a true love spread. You're right. Okay, let's look at the collective. Collective true love. What are they up to right now? Going into the holiday season. What are they doing? I really feel like they're going to stop their people pleasing. They're actually going to take a leap of faith and do something. Because this when we come into this really abundant time, it's like abundance and love come side by side. They come together, and it's like, oh, I mean, the reevaluation could be happening like within a matter of days or weeks. Like it's happening. I mean, there are already people getting paid out right now. It's already happening. So it's inevitable that it starts, the trickle down happens. So when that happens, though, there's some kind of a supernatural thing that happens. It's called the redemption process for a reason. You go through all that you go through, and then you get your reward at the end of it, right? And you're tested, and you're tried, and you're proven true. You're true and true, totally authentic, and then boom, the reward. So I feel like when that happens too, black magic's going to completely be neutralized. It's not going to have any power anymore. Very, very minimal. And unfortunately for them too, it's like the underdogs and all the good people, the honest, kind, loving people, they're going to rise up in these times, and those guys are just going to fall. They're going to really regret what they did to people when they should have just treated them with respect, or just talked to them and found out, like, how do we heal this? Like, have a conversation, do some Byron Katie, yeah. There should be nobody attacking somebody for any reason. It should be like a conversation. Can we get on the phone or get in person and talk about it from a place of love? Resolve it all. I just heard somebody say, well, what's the fun in that? Well, you need healing, if that's what you just said. Because it's a lot more fun, actually, on this side of it than it is, picking on people and falling flat on your face for it. So, joy is a lot more fun than always looking over your shoulder at somebody coming after you for what you did. It's this constant tit for tat. All right, so yeah. Sorry, keep getting distracted. Collective love reading. All right, what's going on for the collective of those watching right now? All right. Well, they're thinking of putting an offer out to you, a big, substantial offer, maybe a proposal. Okay, I'm going to put all the cards out before I start telling the story. Hang on. Oh, they see you as... Just like I just said, they see you as kind, compassionate, loving, intuitive, like a mother. They may be thinking they'd like you to be the mother of their children. They're looking at you out at the distance, wanting to heal things, wanting things to come together, and they're thinking of saying something very sweet to you to kind of make up for everything, or to just kind of stick their toe in the water and see if the ice is... see if you're going to be rigid or if you're going to be open, or that, just kind of feel it out. They definitely are thinking they want to make an offer. They also feel like they have to break free of some kind of institution holding them back in their heart space. With the Nine of Pentacles, they look up to you a lot. They may be watching you, however they can do that, or spying on you, or just gathering more information. They have faith in your connection, but at the same time, some kind of an institution is kind of holding on to them, and they know they need to break away from it. That's the Hierophant and the Nine of Pentacles. So that could be a belief, it could be a religion, maybe religion's holding them back, or something they know in their heart space they need to break away from and become independent of in order to be with you, to be available to you. Also, they may be thinking to get married because you have the Hierophant and the Ace of Pentacles right there. So they're having to make a judgment call. They're worried, and they're having to make some kind of a judgment call. Really what it is, that judgment card right now, I feel like, is angels and God itself is kind of saying, you need to do this. You need to become free, and you need to pursue this. I just got a new lifestyle. They also may be worried about the judgment. Now, here go the divine masculines and their people pleasing. They might be afraid of the judgment if they leave this institution. or this religion or this belief system or, whatever. They might be afraid of the judgment that they're going to get. So, but their overall energy is really definitely, even though they feel like they're kind of imprisoned in some way, they're still wanting to say something really sweet to you. They're wanting to keep the connection going. And in the future, again, with like a husband card, King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands, they want a whole new life to open up for you guys. They want to be your husband. So that's most of you. That's not going to resonate for all of you, but they're really in the future. They really want to go from a child to a king. So you got a Page of Cups, them making a cute little offer right now, and it's turning into the King of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands in the future. So him like really embracing being a king and being like, I don't want to be this little kid anymore. I want to be like in charge of myself. So they're trying to get up the strength to give back to you somehow. So if you've been doing all the giving until now, like they want to give back to you because they believe you're their true love. And they want to walk away from things that are bad, whatever those things are. These can be, addictions or karmic partners or Jezebels or you name it. There's like a million things, bad things could be. And they would be a novice when they go to do it. They would feel like a little kid, like, I don't know what to do. I don't even know how to live my life without this addiction, or I don't know how I'll be, but I can't miss out on this incredible opportunity with this true love, So they're trying to find themselves worthy enough to step out of the shadows, have faith in themselves, practice wisdom, and it's like their heart is overflowing with their love for you and the peace you bring. So they have a lot of faith in that, and that you guys could have everything you've ever wanted. Look at that. 10 of Pentacles is having your dreams come true, and even money as well, like everything. Like nothing, skimping on nothing. Having it all. And then this one's being crystal clear about that. He doesn't have a doubt in his mind that he can have this dream with you come true. So he's trying to make an important decision whether to ask you out or not, to go out. And they might have to break some kind of a contract that's going to break their heart to do that. And maybe they've committed to something, or maybe it could be a marriage, it could be the institution, it could be whatever, but some kind of like a contract or something that they've signed, they need to break it, and it's going to break the other person's heart, their heart, or something like it. But they're too burdened by their passion for you to not take action, it looks like. And they feel like they need to beat out some kind of competition, perhaps. Maybe they know somebody else in your life is kind of vying for you, or probably is. Maybe they're just assuming it. And they want that wish fulfillment. And they're strategizing on doing it slowly, perhaps. It's like slow but sure. They know that they are going to have that emotional fulfillment. So maybe in those areas where they feel kind of, they're so happy, super duper duper happy about you, and they think of you, and also wanting to heal things with you too. And they think you're incredibly mature. But maybe whatever that is that their insecurity is, maybe they're just like, okay, I'm just going to take that aspect of it just day by day. And just live on faith, almost like that it's going to work out, or that it really is going to feel like a new beginning somehow. Like it's going to feel like a whole different life. Sorry, sweetie. Just scared my cat. She really jumped. So let me know if that resonated for you. Okay. Where are you these days? Missed you for months. I know. I was gone for a bit. I'm in Texas. Yes, on Trippy. So Trippy. To Isabel. Okay. I know what you mean. I have done it to help someone. Please talk about how to find the right people these days. Oh, sensual partners relationship. How do you find the right people? Well, when you get to a certain level of your own like personal awareness, I think it's a lot easier to draw those people in, because it's like kind of like the same thing that happens just with regular friendships and stuff. The more you mature and you grow, and you don't want to be treated a certain way, it's a lot easier to just look at somebody and be like, you're kind of a slime ball. Like I don't think so. Um, or like you could see a narcissist coming better. Maybe you've studied narcissism and stuff, so you know what to look for. Um, I would say a lot has to do with how comfortable you feel with someone, how you feel like you can be yourself or just talk about anything, kind of thing. But one of the ways that you can do it is you can kind of meditate or just imagine or daydream about somebody that you really get along with great and it feels really good. And you could say, thank you, God, so much for this incredible person who treats me as so incredible. Like if you like someone being romantic, you can be like, thank you that he opens doors for me and that he does special, he surprises me with special things sometimes. He's really thoughtful, he's considerate, and thank you so much that I have like the most incredible partner for me. Now he doesn't have to be perfect, but perfect for you, right? So just draw them in by imagining them, daydreaming about them. Are you okay? Her first started twitching like she was having a nightmare or something, huh? Um, but yeah, I mean, I use a lot of affirmations. I thank God all the time for things I don't have yet, as if I do. So thank you, God, so much for my immense wealth. Thank God so much for, my cats absolutely loving their forever home and their big elaborate cat enclosure, or whatever I want to have. Thank you, God, so much for my beautiful farm and my garden, and thank you so much for my RV. I get to travel in all over the world. Thank you so much for the incredible opportunities opening up for me. I'm so excited about all the wonderful people I'm getting to meet. I'm so happy to finally have some friends that I can trust, people who are genuine and kind and loving as I am. Thank you so much for just pouring the abundance and love in every way in every aspect of my life. So I do that a lot. Just think of all the things that you don't have yet that you want, and thank God as if you already have them. It really works. I'm surrounded right now by people who are super, super, super nice. I left my garbage out outside the door the other day, and my neighbor was like, "You want me to take that to the garbage for you?" I was like, "Well, only if you're going there anyway. You don't have to go out of your way." "Oh, I'm happy to. I just kind of need to stretch my legs." "Well, sure, okay." Or like, I've gone to get things out of my car or whatever, and had people offer, to carry it back for me and stuff. So I don't know. It was pretty cool. It's a pretty magical place I'm in, and the people are super, super sweet. And yeah, one of the neighbors, I could have talked to her all day too. Oh yeah, and then I met a waitress at a place I went to close to here too. And I'm just like, what's going on? This is cool. I love it. And the waitress, like, she got off work and was coming over, and she sat down with me, and we could have talked forever. We didn't, because I had to go do something, but we did exchange numbers and stuff. So it just starts to happen like that. I think the more that we are authentic, and I think you got to be kind of happy being alone too, because when you're really happy by yourself and alone, you're not going to let anybody in to pollute your energy. You're going to really see it. If somebody comes into your environment and they're just like a bull in a china shop, you're going to be like, get out of here and please don't come back. Maybe you'll say that nicely, but still, it's just like, no, thank you. I don't know. So I think that you just become more, you start to just know what you like and what you don't like easier, because you're so kind to yourself, because you're so good to yourself, and you like your life the way it is. If you're always running around going, oh, I just wish that my life would be different, then maybe you would fall for something. Some guy comes along and you're like, well, that would fit. That, sure, I could bend myself for that. I could, I could become this for that person, but then you kind of lose yourself in that relationship. So it's good to have like a solid foundation in terms of how you treat yourself, and then you're not going to put up with any nonsense, because you know how you like to be treated because you treat yourself that way. I like to, like, if I'm not sure if somebody's treating me the right way or not, I put myself in their shoes and I say, how would I treat that person if that were me? You know, like if I were in their shoes and I had that decision to make, or if I, was in front of, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because that's a big barometer. Like I treat myself with the way that I want to be treated. I try to treat others the way I want to be treated too. So that's a good barometer to like check yourself sometimes. It's like, well, when I'm around that person, they say this or that, or they've done this or that, but we tend to make up excuses as to why they are shitty, right? Oh, well, they're just shitty because they did this or that, or because they have this background, or because they, they're just kind of nervous people, or they're just kind of, don't make excuses up for people. If they don't treat you the way that you would treat them in the same situation, then that's not a good match. You want somebody who will treat you the way you treat you in any given situation. I don't care if it's a work situation or this institution situation or whatever. Like, if they're not treating you the way that you would decide to treat you in that situation, it's probably not good. Or that's, you could find better. Did that answer your question? Sometimes you don't have control, you need help from God. Well, we never need the control, believe it or not. That's like, only because I'm enlightened, or I was enlightened. Supposedly I'm still enlightened, but when I was enlightened and I knew I was enlightened, because it was totally different than being a normal person. It was really obvious to me because like I was walking, talking the will of God. Like there was no Amy there at all. I wouldn't have even, if you would have said Amy, I would have been like, who? Because he was inhabiting my body completely. His words were coming out of my mouth always. He's still doing that through me now, but I'm still here too. So that's one other thing that we've been working on, is integrating me and him together in one body. So sometimes I'll even compete with him. Like, I'm not going to say that. He's like, say it. Grr. Yeah, that whole thing about us thinking we have to decide and do and all that stuff, we don't have to do anything. We just need to be very present. If we're very present, then we are just like, our bodies just get up and do the thing. It's really funny. It's like it's so much easier. If you've been enlightened, it's shocking how much easier life is, and it's the way that we were supposed to be. The Nefarians were the ones who got us thinking through movies and TV and all their programming and stuff, thinking you have to hash something out or think it through. No, you don't. You don't at all. You just go moment to moment, and boom, it's there. What about those who got foreclosed on? Yeah, well, I found something out about that. It's illegal to kick somebody out of their home. So if you're getting foreclosed on, do not leave your home. Don't abandon your home, because that's when they get it. Let them threaten you, let them leave notes, let them do everything that they want to be jerks. But the truth of the matter is they've already been paid. You don't owe them anything, except for the double dipping that's a scam. So hold your ground and just stay there. And they legally cannot just come in and take your home. And they can't just come in and kick you out. So, but check with a common law attorney on that, because there probably is a good administrative way to respond to that situation. There's probably a good thing that you can say to kind of let them know you're not going to cooperate with their scam. I agree. Exciting times for humanity. Oh, I know. Will there ever be an end to the chemtrails? I let myself get so triggered by them. I know. Oh, they're horrible. They pump us with so much iron when they do that. Graphene oxide is in them, which is black goo. Gosh. Yeah, it's going to end. They're not going to do it anymore. The more you can focus on the blue sky behind the chemtrails, the better off you'll be in terms of like manifesting. Sometimes we have to paint the reality we want over what we see. Otherwise, we keep creating what we don't want. So try to be grateful for everything that you absolutely love about your life. And even if you're looking at a sky and it's a beautiful blue sky and it's sunny, but then there's those chemtrails, ignore the chemtrails as best you can. And this is even with people's behavior. Even when I was like going through what I was just going through, I was ignoring their behavior as much as I possibly could and trying to be in the best mood I possibly could and still be really happy. I was mastering that ability, because you need to master your own vibration and like paint your reality that you want over the other one. So see only what you want to see, and you're going to be bringing more things out in your reality that you actually do want to see and witness and be a part of. See in your reality. You have like 4 divine masculines now, so these readings are getting more and more complicated. We've come up with names. We've come up with names for each of her divine masculines based on things that they've done in the past. And we crack up about it. I'm like, which one is this one? Oh. It's a rare and exciting day when there are real clouds. You know what, though? One thing I found out is copper wrapped around like, and you can look into like copper clearing or something like that. I did it in my yard of the house that I was renting for a while. What, cutie? You're so cute. I went to the hardware store and I bought like the copper wire, and I wrapped it around these round bamboo, and yeah, like, well, you know how to wrap a rod with copper, and then you stick it in the ground, and it's so crazy, but like the sky clears above you. Put them all around your yard, and then it's like the whole neighborhood will be gray, but your house will have blue sky above it. It's really cool. Oh, thank you, Marcy. She says, hello, so glad to see you back again so soon. So soon. Oh, from yesterday, yeah. I don't know why. God just told me to get on today, so I'm doing it. We're so happy to see you again in the last video, and great to be here with you all. Thank you. Good to have you here. It's great to see that. Okay, Undine, I've created such a peaceful life that I immediately notice if something or someone brings in chaos. Exactly. That's what we're talking about, yeah. Michelle, pine needle extract helps tremendously with those chemtrails. Yeah, so there's all kinds of things we can do to flush those chemtrails through our systems. Okay, so you guys want to talk about anything else? Anybody have any questions about anything that I've said so far? Or that's going on in the world right now? Oh, be watching Kia Pruitt too, Dr. Kia Pruitt. She always puts out some really encouraging stuff. Yeah, I know, we're going to be talking really soon. Are we talking in a half hour? I think so. I'm still doing readings, you guys, 20 and 45-minute readings. If you can't make it on a Tuesday or Wednesday, just let me know, because we can work around that. And I'm not doing video readings right now. I could get back into doing video readings now, I think. Things are going to start changing coming up ahead, though, and I don't know what that's going to look like. So I'm trying to stay kind of flexible. But I'm still doing spring cleanings too. A lot of people have gotten some really positive feedback on that. Basically, I just clear your home, kind of like smudging. I give you information on each of your rooms too, or whatever I pick up on. Like your house talks to me and stuff, tells me how it's feeling or what it needs or whatever. Your yard, your barn, all of that. And I just clear all of it. And people say that they just feel so like cozy and at home and peaceful in their homes afterwards. How do we navigate being bullied into paying student loans when they are paid already? Exactly. You're right. They are paid already, and they are trying to double dip, getting us to pay for it. That is something for like a common law attorney. From what I understand, that the lawyers that work for Britain, Great Britain, the ones who work for the British Crown, those guys are actually behind the scenes. Quite a few of them are already being trained in common law, which is really going to be amazing. It's going to be so awesome. There are only 3 real true laws. You guys should know that. Don't scam somebody, so don't manipulate and scam them into something, whatever that is. Like don't go into something knowing that it's wrong and tricking somebody into doing it, whatever that is. Don't kill anybody, and don't steal from anybody. Pretty simple, right? As long as you don't do those 3 things, then you should be able to do whatever you want to. There's not going to be HOAs anymore telling you can't have a garden in their yard. They're not going to be telling you can only have 1 or 2 cats in your place. They're not going to be telling you any of these rules or regulations where everybody's like really rigid and particular and stuff. That's all going to change. I mean, our new world is going to be, it's going to be much more open. It's going to be much more abundant. People are going to get like maybe thousands of dollars a month as well. So you're going to get a bunch of that money back from this SQE trust. So I would say just work with an attorney. Work with a real attorney, like a common law attorney, and because there's an administrative process that you can take for all of that, and just yeah. No more rules and regulations. They're going to be thrown out the window. Just respect each other. Just be respectful and kind to each other. All 3-letter agencies, you guys probably know that those are gone. The IRS is gone. They've become the Treasury. The Treasury is in charge of Nesara, and Nesara is rolling out. Karen, there's lots of lung problems in our area. Any clues as to what's happening? It's probably those chemtrails or smog. They're still trying to poison us in so many different ways. I just heard it's going to get cleaned up soon. So, yeah. Be taking some lung support, whatever you can, whatever products support the lungs. Be taking plenty of that. Here, let me do a blissing. I'll do a blissing to clear people's lungs right now, okay? Shiwo no trosa se hiki no tron haike e sa shin huturo tasa se hina hoa eke. Tasa se na truko shuhu ai hoa. What? Tada la. Kuroshishi no to bra. Kuya. Dean. We always goof around in our readings. She says we have a reading in a half hour. She said, let's see what animal sounds you come up with for my DMs. I don't know how many of you guys have had readings with me, but I like to have fun. Thanks, Michelle. You know, man, if you don't have a sense of humor, I'm not sure if you're going to make it in this world, you know? I can't tell you how many times I was getting picked on through all this stuff, and I'd just start cracking up, and I'd be like, "This is the funniest! Oh my gosh!" Even that one recording that I just put on Instagram of that scary voice. I should try to play it for you on here. Are you ready? But even that was like really scary at first, and now I just crack up and crack up. I'm like, he's pretty miffed. He is pretty miffed. He's like, go away. Oh, yeah. Oh, we've done that more than once. And she says, I recall us laughing to the point of tears in a reading once. Okay. It's like something from Ghostbusters or something. Where's the speaker on this? Okay. He says, Amy, go away. Can you guys hear that? I'll mouth it while he's saying it. Could you hear it? If you want to hear it better, go to Instagram. It's on there. Amy, go away. Go away. Coming in here with your ray of sunshine and laughing and running around playing with your cats. Get out of here. Oh. Oh, yeah. Let's do a blessing to usher in all this goodness and miracles and Jasara, Nesara, bricks, all of this wonderful stuff. How about that? And you know what? Going ahead, we're like, this is going to be incredible. This is going to be absolutely incredible to witness all of this good stuff pouring out. Oh, that's one thing I was going to tell you guys about too. What was it? Something about the black magic not holding any kind of power anymore or anything. Could you guys hear that voice at all? Oh, thank you. Anyway, things are going to be very, very different. They're going to be much more free. We're not going to be scared, scared of. Oh, you guys should probably know too. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but probably, I don't know. If you want to know about, I mean, the government isn't really the government. The government is a for-profit corporation that can be found on Dun and Bradstreet, every single one of them. So it's Nazis that infiltrated our world, like through the years, slowly but surely, kind of taking over, but not to be feared because it's all being rectified now as we go into common law and reinstate or start living by the Constitution again, the original Constitution, not the other one. So yeah, it's gonna be miraculous to see all of this. It's just, I can't wait. Okay, so let's do the blessing to usher in all of this wonderful stuff. Anything that I've said that scared you, anything that's been like, oh, I mean, it's all really disconcerting. But we're going to have the EBS, the emergency broadcast system or whatever, that's going to come out and let everybody know the danger that they were in and that they're all safe now. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I want to thank the military. The military's really been there for me, and they're just, you guys are just awesome. I love you guys. Thank you for having my back. And the sheriff, all sheriffs out there, the sheriffs are actually legit. Police, no. Police, the sheriffs are they're figuring out right now who the good guys are and who the bad guys are, and they're keeping the good guys on as deputies, as sheriff deputies. But the police are going to go bye-bye because the police are just like policy reinforcers for the nefarious stuff. Which again, all that money goes back to child trafficking and all that kind of ugly stuff. So, what an exciting time. The bad stuff is all going down and fading away, and the good stuff is coming up. It's like the sun is coming out. Yay. Okay. Okay, so some of you have practiced light language at home or discreetly, wherever you could practice, in your car or whatever you've been doing. Somebody out there needs to hear that you were doing a great job. Don't get discouraged. Don't compare yourself with anybody else. Keep doing it, please, because it's your encrypted language between you and God. That, no devil or demon or anything can tell what you're talking to God about when you do your light language. Just have a pure heart when you do it, because you want to use it for good. Light language can be used for bad as well, just like anything, just like tarot cards or whatever, But just have good intentions when you use it. Be very present. I mean, when they say God, I don't know if it's a scripture. I think it's a scripture, to do it all in love. What that means is to be present when you do it. So when I do energy work or when I'm in sessions and stuff, I try to get very present while I'm doing it, because that's you joining with God, and then speaking the light language is that much more powerful. All right, so I'm going to pull some God cards. Look at how huge it is now. It's like massive. What is that, like 300 or 400 index cards? I love it. Okay, God, what do you want to tell the collective of those who are watching right now or listening? Wow, I want you to stay connected, because I want you to have more and to be more protected. So that just makes me think that quantum financial system is operating in the background right now. It's hearing you on your phones. It's looking at what you're watching online and stuff. And it's taking into consideration your degree of consciousness, your degree of presence. And it will reward you accordingly as well. So it's going to, if you're lying, cheating, stealing, doing anything nefarious, or if you're in a bad vibration, you're not going to get as many rewards in the days to come. I don't know how that's all going to work out, but I do know that the bad guys, they're going to go broke, because all they know is lies, deceit, and all that. I will always cause you to triumph. Yay. Thank you, God. Your local sheriff really likes you and is watching closely to keep you safe. His crew is watching too. So you can trust your sheriff, your local sheriff. You may not even know who they are, but they probably know about you. If you've been, doing anything significant, they've got your eye on you and they're protecting you if you're a light worker. Thank you for staying true to yourself and being a mouthpiece for all things good. Oh, you're welcome, Karen. Thank you so much. You've come a long way, baby, and you're not going backwards from here. Cut yourself some slack. I'm making sure any scary event will have minimum impact on you. Please stay present. We know that there's going to be some kind of an event that kind of scares everybody. Ooh. Your enemies are clamoring, chaotic, and all their plans are falling apart. I'm seeing to it. I mean, you are the best bodyguard there is on the bodyguard. That was a funny slip. That was perfect. You have the best possible body. You have 100 bodyguards. 100 bodyguards in God. Because he knows what they're trying. And he'll keep you one step up right in front of them. You'll slip out of every trap. If two or more agree, it will be done. So remember, too, that if you do energy work with someone or you pray with someone, that it's more powerful than if you just do it alone. Trust me, I know everything. I feel him winking. Do not fall for Satan's tricks and see through any illusions. So Satan definitely loves to come along, especially remember, that when you have a divine seed that's been planted by God, so he inspires you to, like, say you come up with this humanitarian project. I'm gonna help the world in this particular way. It's going to be so exciting and so much fun. You start doing all this like research on it. You're writing down all your plans, all the people you want to involve or whatever. And then all of a sudden you start going, oh, I don't know if I'm qualified for this. What am I thinking? And oh, I don't even know if those people I want involved actually like me. You know, well, maybe I don't think my money would really go very far. You start having these things happen. Well, that's Satan coming in trying to steal your seed. So just whenever you come up with a really great idea, you start getting excited. You have a really great day and the best day that you've had in a while. Go like this and protect it with life. Don't let any kind of doubt come in. Don't let Satan come in with all these kinds of things that start saying no to what the seed is. The seed was planted on purpose to grow, but you have to protect it at its beginning stages. Otherwise, Satan will just snatch it right up and take it from you. So try to always remember that, because I can't tell you how many times we forget. We have this wonderful, incredible day, and the next day is so shitty. And then if we don't realize what I just said, then we're just like, it just gets taken from us, So we always have to remember that. It's really important. Okay, wherever you are, you and your animals will be kept safe. Yes, I am healing you and teaching you my ways, dear. I feel like that is Yeshua for someone who's been talking to Yeshua about wanting to do more healing and stuff. Take or accept this invitation that's coming. It's for you. You'll know whether it is or not. I know best what true love is. Lean not on your own understanding, but on my wisdom through our connection. So stay present. And even when you get involved in a relationship, because, with all of this wonderful stuff that's about to roll out, and like I said, true love comes through at this time. This is the time. It's the time for money, and it's the time for love to just explode. And I'm talking like an off the charts kind of love, like a love that comes once in a million lifetimes, not even once in a lifetime, but like out of the ballpark kind of love is coming. So stay open, be open. Don't let it get robbed from you. And what else was I going to say about that? Can you remind me if you knew I was on a certain track that I just jumped off of? And if you can't forgive yourself for something, then do something about it. Remember, godly sorrow versus worldly sorrow. Worldly sorrow is when you say, oh, I can't believe I did that. Oh, it was so horrible. It was awful. Oh my gosh, I can't live with myself. But godly sorrow is when you say, all right, I'm going to do something about it. And you go do that thing, whatever that is, to make it right. Yes, got a message from my love for our future. Oh, good. Yay. Yay. Good times are already rolling out. For some reason, I feel like checking one of my channels on Telegram. Let me do that real quick. For somebody out there, I feel like you need to, if you're having to lie about a friendship that you have and maybe not tell your spouse about it or something, or if there's a friend that you have that's kind of negative and he makes you or she makes you doubt things or wonder whether you're doing the right thing, and they just they make you get off the phone going, that type of thing. This is time to get rid of that person. They're not helping you. A good friend helps you feel great about yourself and helps you have clarity. They're not going to leave you suspicious. They're not going to leave you worrying and wondering. And you shouldn't have to hide anything in these times. If you're hiding it, either tell the truth or get rid of it. You know what I mean? Okay, the people's president is back. This big celebration going on. I don't know what that's about. Looks like we're... Okay, so maybe Maybe the scary bit is going to be thinking that we're in World War III, but that's probably right when the humanitarians are going to be rising up. They usually have kind of like, oh my gosh, look over here, everybody, look over here, right when the really important thing is actually happening here. We're going to be fine. No matter no matter how scary they say that something's about to happen or whatever, it's for the general population, not you guys who know what's going on. Okay, you know that. I'm sure you know that. And I'm available to chat on Telegram, you guys, if you ever want to just say hey or give me some information or ask me for something or whatever. I'm on Telegram. I don't have a channel on Telegram now, but you can talk to me there. Ray says, in regards to, let's say, mortgage-free homes, humanitarian projects, animal sanctuaries, etc., do you know if Zimbabwe's special agro checks will be revalued as well to help with purchasing land? It's the Zimbabwe $1 trillion like banknotes, or are those banknotes? It's not the special agro checks. Special agro checks are kind of the same as the regular banknotes, just like the Zimbabwe Bolivar, Dong, Dinar, all that kind of stuff. Special agro checks it's not treated anything different, but those the Zimbabwe trillion or 100 trillion notes or whatever, those are going to be the ones that are designated for helping with the humanitarian projects and stuff. They're separate. And the Zimbabwe notes are going to be the only ones that are going to involve the good government, the alliance, the military. They're just going to be helping out with that and keeping track of it or whatever. So no, I don't think that those agro checks do anything special. And I'm not sure if they will be worth what they say on them, but they'll be worth a lot. So do you guys have any questions about banknotes, about revaluations, the revaluation that's coming? Hopefully you guys have some banknotes, some foreign currencies. If you've been watching me for a while, then you probably do, I hope. Because this is definitely the time to take advantage of that. Any questions about that? Silver is going to go up very soon. Within a few weeks, they've said it's going to be like maybe over $100 or something per ounce. So silver is going to do very, very well soon. Hopefully you got yourself some silver. Right now, it's probably right around $30 an ounce. So go get some silver. And I would suggest the American Silver Eagle, because they're going to be very well known. They're not going to be counterfeited. They're not going to be copied. Just the ones that say like 99% pure silver, I don't know. That could be questionable in the times ahead, depending. But I don't know. The American Silver Eagles are a little bit more expensive, but they're a sure thing, and they're made by the mint. So anything with a date and denomination are a good call. Oh, I'm so glad, Red Dog. I often rely on your past message, know thyself. That was one of the most profound videos I've made. If you guys ever want to go back to that, that was basically when I realized that all negative things are demons and black magic. that who we truly, the gist of it is that who we truly are is enlightened. We're one with God. We're peace. We're love. We're all the good feeling stuff. We're happy. We're joy. We're inspired. We're excited. That's us. That's really who we are. The rest of the stuff is programming from TV and movies and society and all that from the Nefarians messing with us. And all of that was done through demons and thought forms, or what Eckhart Tolle refers to as thought forms. Those are actually demons trying to tempt us to be afraid of something, or to worry about something, or to control something. You really should have a plan, all of that stuff. But, who we really are is just completely present in the moment with God and doing and having him work his will through us within the kingdom of God within us. So, yeah, kind of once you figure out, like when you're in a bad mood or you're griping at someone or you're pissy or you're worried or doubtful or suspicious or any of that stuff, you're getting played with by demons. So do the binding prayer for the daily boosters. You guys have that binding prayer, or do some kind of a prayer to drive the demons out and you'll feel much better, or learn how to do energy work. Oh, thank you, Undine, sweetheart. That's so sweet of you. I forgot I made you a moderator, didn't I? You got the little wrench there. Okay. Life is a bowl of cherries, says aggro checks. Are they only in Zimbabwe funds or how do they work? Just joined live. Oh, okay. The Zimbabwe notes that say like, 100 trillion or whatever, those are the ones that are going to be involved in the humanitarian projects that the Alliance is going to help oversee. And then the special aggro checks, those are totally a separate thing. Those are just treated just like banknotes, just like dinar, dong, and anything else, or the bolivar. Those are just going to be just regular Zimbabwe aggro checks, no strings attached, in other words. But the Zimbabwe $100 trillion notes, those are going to be the ones that are used for the projects. In other words, if you walk into a bank to go exchange your currencies, they're not going to deal with the Zimbabwe $100 trillion notes. They're not going to deal with that. They're going to say, you have to go over here, or you have to go to this special room, or you have to, they're going to treat you different if you have the $100 trillion notes. But the special aggro checks, they'll be like, oh, okay, they'll look down the list and then they'll just, pay you. 100trillion.com. Good job. Thank you, Ed. Yeah. Also, banknoteworld.com. Oh, you guys are on it. Yeah. Yeah. And Banknote World also has like a little black light for currencies, but you can also get it on the Amazon to check your currencies to see if they're, if they're the real deal. And you can look it up on YouTube. If you're like, how do I check if a dinar is real? There's people on YouTube that explain how to look for everything in the black light too, or whatever currency you're looking at. So also, I got this really cool tip you guys will appreciate. And I'm not going to tell you how to do everything, but I'll tell you about it. If you go to the Wise app, W-I-S-E, I think it's W-I-S-E. It's the financial app. If you go to the Wise app, this is so genius. I got this from that guy Chance when he has that podcast he does. Go to Wise and put some American dollars in there, and then transfer them over to Vietnamese dong. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. So you could take $20. Take $20 in US dollars and then, exchange it or transfer it over into Vietnamese dong. Yes, a great trip. A great trip forward. And then when the dong revalues, even before you're able to go exchange your money, that money in Wise will immediately skyrocket. So, how do I use an example? Do you guys know what I'm saying? So you'll take $20 from your credit card or from your bank ACH or whatever, put it in Wise, and then Wise has all the different currencies from all over the world. And then you'll just say, I want to turn my US dollars into dong, Vietnamese dong. $20. Just put $20 in there. And pretty soon, any second now, it's going to be like worth 7 to 10 times what you put in there. So if it was $20, it'll be worth $140 in US dollars. Okay. Yes, a great Tip for Wise is a great app for currencies. I use it all the time. Yeah. Well, the thing that sucks though, maybe if you guys know the answer to this, could you please let me know? I can't figure out how you take the money out of the in the US, they don't allow you to have a credit card. They don't give you a credit card. I know that the white hats are in charge of it, like the good guys, the alliance. Here's my reminder to talk to you, Undine. But this, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so they have a thing with. I mean, I don't know how to put the money. Like once we do have that money in the U.S., the money will go up because of the dong or whatever. How do you put that in your bank account? I don't know how to do that. I can't quite figure that out. If anybody knows, also, how do you get a credit card? I mean, I'm sure. I hope that the white hats have that figured out to where they're going to dev out the credit cards as soon as they can. But I'm on a wait list to get a credit card, and they just don't have them in the U.S. It's really frustrating. They don't even give you a digital one. They won't give you a digital one. So it's like, okay, so you have that money in there, but now what? How do you use it, or how do you get it? How do you put it in your bank account at that point? That I don't know. If you're in the U.S., it's a problem. So. Yeah, if you know, please let me know, because I would really appreciate it. All right, I guess let's end with a blessing for everybody. And unless anybody has a question, and then Undine and I are going to go have a reading with all her guys and all her options. She's so beautiful inside and out. The guys are just flocking to her. And she's got a cute cat. Bella, Undine's cat, Bella, is actually in the intro to my videos. The black and white cat in the beginning. Not Annie, but the other one. So she's adorable. Okay, so let's do a blessing. And if I see a question during the blessing, if you want to type a question, I'll answer that real quick too. 这我呢，所以可以呢，Tada sasa no kuro tata tata chichi na trata ekeke turu tata sasa na turu tata chichi fa sasa na turu kai she na trasa pipi penta ta shishi wo ma hana tra kenta tata shishi. Okay. Any hope my twin flame and I will reunite? He's perfect because he believes we are not politically aligned. He's parted because he believes we're not politically in line. Well, he'll be politically in line in the days ahead any minute. I got a wise card the other day. How did you get a wise card, Ed? Will you tell me how? Please? Because yeah, that'll be great. Yeah. Most likely, if that person truly is your twin flame or true love, they're coming together now, guys. They're coming. They're coming, and so is all the money. It's all going to be raining. So raining the good stuff, and a rainbow on top of it. Oh, good. Yeah, when the EBS goes off, nobody's going to be saying anything about politics or anything anymore. They're going to realize what was going on all this time and that they got duped. All of us got duped. Bella has the zoomies now. Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to see her. Okay, guys, have a beautiful day. Thanks for getting on and chatting with me and for watching. And yeah, I think to talk to me on Telegram, you just need to put in my phone number and have me as a contact, and then you just go to hit a new message or new person or whatever, and then I'll pop up, I think. So, all right, guys. Bye.